Before we go to this weekly vlog video, I think I forgot to say at the beginning that I have 25% off everything on my website at the moment. I'll pop the details on the screen and below this video. It's valid till the end of this week, so I wanted to make sure you don't miss out. I'll put the details below. Now let's get on with the weekly vlog. Hello and welcome to another weekly vlog. I'm actually starting this vlog on a Wednesday instead of a Monday. Normally I'll start a weekly vlog on a Monday, but I'm starting on a Wednesday this time. It's my first week back at work after Norway and Unravel. I think I just worked out the last time I had a full week of work. It's like beginning of, just trying to have a look at my calendar. I think it's like beginning of February. So the last time I had a full week at home was the week of the 2nd of February. The week after that was Unravel, and the week after that I was in Norway. And then I came back on Thursday, so this is the first full week I'm home since, second week of the 2nd of February. Although I'm going away this week, so I'm off to Black Sheep Wolves later this week for workshops. More about that in a minute, and then I'm away again next week. So I've had a very busy couple of days getting ready, mostly getting ready for next week, to be honest. So that's why I'm starting this vlog on the Wednesday, but it will also cover my days away at Black Sheep Wolves teaching. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, my name is Annika. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website yarnaddict.co.uk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. So it's Wednesday morning. I'm going to film the podcast next, and then I'm going to do a little bit of work, walk the dog, have a break, go to Pilates, have lunch, do a bit more work, knit. Been a really busy week. I've mostly been spending it getting ready for Stitch Festival. Monday I packed everything I needed for Black Sheep Wolves, printed all my notes, packed everything. One of the workshops is a new one, but I really just needed to print the pattern, so that's done. And the other one is Brioche Improvers, and I was going to say there's still space on that one, I think, at the moment, but this will be out after that anyway, so that won't really help you. Black Sheep Wolves have announced their next lot of workshops, so let me just quickly tell you when they are, because I'm teaching there again in April, but those are fully booked. They've been fully booked for a while, and then I'm teaching again in June. So in June, I will be at Black Sheep Wolves on the 19th and 20th of June. 19th is Filet Crochet. So this kind of stuff, I think we're going to be working on this project, which I'm just finishing off with my tech editor at the moment. It's a scarf, loopy scarf. Just finishing that off with my tech editor at the moment. And then on Saturday 20th, I'm doing a top-down raglan. So you can knit a little mini top-down raglan. So you learn all the techniques. And then I'll also show you how you can do the maths to actually work out your own top-down raglan. Or you can choose a pattern and knit one, obviously. And then I'm back at Black Sheep Wolves in July, 17th of July, for Orenburg lace knitting. So I'll put up one of my Orenburg inspired shawls up here. Orenburg is a region of Russia where they're known for their lace knitting, a bit like Shetland is known for lace knitting. Very fine lace knitting. So I've got a few Orenburg inspired shawls. So I'll pop one up on the screen. So that is the 17th, and then the 18th is 2-color brioche. Now, I looked at this a couple of days ago, and I think there were still spaces, but not many spaces. The 2-color brioche, so it's brioche basics. So if you're brand new to brioche knitting, this is a perfect workshop for you. Or if you've done brioche, but you feel like you need a bit more time to get into the basics. If you have done brioche before, and you might want to go beyond the basics, let me know before the workshop, and I'll prepare for that. But I will link all the workshops below. I think the top-down raglan might be full already, but they normally fill up very quickly, so they may all be full by the time I post this. I don't know. Next week, I'm going to be at Stitch Festival, which will be this week, because this will be out on Tuesday, so I'll leave the day after this video is out. There are still some spaces on my workshops at Stitch Festival. I think Continental knitting ones are nearly full. Filet Crochet is about half full, but the others have got spaces. So I'm doing 2 Filet Crochet, 2 Continental knitting, seaming knitted fabric, Intarsia knitting, and picking up stitches for button bands and 1 row buttonholes. That's one class. So if you're interested in that, do go and check it out. I'll link everything below this video. Okay, what am I doing this morning? So I've got to film my podcast in a minute. My main thing this week has been getting ready for Stitch Festival. So I've done some handouts for my created handouts for my Continental knitting workshop. It's really difficult to do a photo tutorial for Continental knitting. So when I taught it at the Knit and Stitch show in Harrogate, I just basically gave everyone a yarn and then demonstrated in the class. The problem is if somebody doesn't turn up for the class, you are supposed to give them like the class kit. And all my other workshops, I had like yarn and notes or a pattern or whatever we were doing. But for Continental knitting, I didn't. So I thought, just in case somebody doesn't turn up, I can leave a kit with the organisers, because otherwise I may not get paid. If I leave a kit for the people who miss the class, then apparently I get paid, even if they don't turn up. So I decided to create these handouts. So it's 3 pages. So yesterday morning I shot downstairs, took some photographs and wrote down descriptions, and then I printed out. I'm teaching it twice, so I can have 20 in each class. I did have 20 booked for my Continental knitting class at the Knit and Stitch show in Harrogate. I think I had like 18 or something. I think there was a couple that didn't turn up. And it still went really well. It was really busy because I was running around like I had this chicken, but it still went quite well. I was quite pleased with it. So even though you think, oh, 20, is she going to get around everyone? I will run around like I had this chicken the whole time. And I will get around to everyone. I got around to everyone several times. So even though it sounds like a lot of people, I've been teaching Continental knitting now for nearly 20 years. I can probably teach it in my sleep. So anyway, I got to print off another 23 copies of that today, and then I've got to finalize my notes for the Intarsia workshop and print those. And I think that's everything except for my Filet crochet. The reason my Filet crochet notes aren't ready is because this pattern is going through tech editing at the moment. It's nearly ready. I know my tech editor got back to me yesterday, so it might be ready by the end of the day. And we're basically going to work on that in my Filet crochet class. I don't know how much. It's 90 minutes. I don't know how much they're going to get done in 90 minutes, but we'll see. And I've also been winding loads of yarn. Well, I'm just knocking everything off here. Winding loads of yarns for my workshop as well. So I'm going to go and film my podcast now, and then I'll be back later on and let you know how I get on finishing the prep for Stitch Festival. It's been a really busy day. I have done loads more preparation for the Stitch Festival next week, printed off some more notes. So I was thinking my Intarsia workshop next week was an hour, and then I realized it's 2 hours. So I printed off some extra stuff just to make sure we got enough. I think what I plan to do will probably take most people close to 2 hours anyway, but just in case somebody's super speedy. So I printed off another 20 copies of another sheet of swatches we can do, and done some edits on a new pattern that's coming out soon. Walked the dog, been to Pilates, and a parcel arrived. So let's have a look at this. I only ordered this yesterday. It's a wholesale order. When I teach at Stitch Festival and the Knit and Stitch show, they have certain tools that they can lend to you, but I found that really stressful last time. So last time I borrowed some I'm assuming sewing needles from them and knitting needles for some of my workshops, but they only have a certain amount available, certain sizes. And somehow in Harrogate I managed to lose some of the knitting needles I'd borrowed from them. I don't know how I did it. I can't remember what happened now because it was such a blur, the whole thing. It's crazy teaching at an event like that, and it was my first time, and I was slightly stressed out most of the time. They did turn up. At one point they said I hadn't returned them, and I was like, I'm sure I did. But they did turn up, so that was okay. So I thought this time I'm going to try and be as self-sufficient as I can. So basically I need 4mm hook for my Filet crochet workshop, and I need 4mm needles for my knitting workshops, plus some sewing needles and things. So I emailed my main Notion supply yesterday and ordered some stuff, and I added a bit of yarn. So let's see what's in this lovely bundle. They're really good. As long as you get your order in early in the day and they have it in stock, they'll deliver usually the next day, which is brilliant. So I ordered some yarn because once I finished my current deadline, my purple sweater that I'm working on, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, watch the podcast from last week. Got a purple sweater I'm working on. I've got a sample sweater where I think I only got one sleeve left to do, and I have a deadline project for the end of March. Once I finish those, I'd have plans for another sweater I want to knit, and I really should have chosen some yarn for my stash, but I really love this colour. Isn't that colour gorgeous? From Symphony Terra. I really love that colour. So I ordered enough of that to knit myself a sweater. I'd really like to finish it before we go to Italy at the end of April, mainly because I want it to be like a really lightweight summer sweater. Might turn out it's too hot when we're there. I was considering combining these two, so I ordered 4 of each because it's wholesale, so I thought, why not? So I'm going to put those away and not think about them for a while. And then I also ordered some crochet hooks, basically so I have enough 4mm crochet hooks for my workshops next week if it ends up being full, which I don't think it will be. So I ordered a bunch of waves crochet hooks from Knit Pro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that one. Yeah, more crochet hooks. Yeah, same as the other ones. More waves crochet hooks from Knit Pro. These are quite cheap to order wholesale, so, and I can probably use them for, well, I will be able to use them for future workshops as well. So that's good. That can go in my kit. And then I decided to treat myself to one of these. So I've seen these before, and I've been thinking about ordering them for a while. So this is the Knit Pro Oasis Starter Set. I've never tried these kind of things before. So it comes in a set. Don't want everything to fall out again. Very nice tape measure, not too big. I'm not sure what this is for. That fell out. It's got some stitch markers, which is good, but I mean I got like a gazillion of these kind of stitch markers. And then it also comes with like a little pair of scissors, which are quite nice. They go in there, and then it has a handle, and then different size knitting needles from 2mm, 2.5mm, 3mm. Just looking at them all, 3.5. I don't know what that is. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5mm. That's the size that it comes in. So I'm going to, because I need to do some crochet in the next few days, using a size 4mm. So you just screw them on. So I don't know whether this is to make sure that you like tighten it properly, because I have a thing similar to this with my Chow-Goo kit, and that's to make sure you tighten them properly. So done that. So I'm going to give these a go. I am going to do a review on these once I've tried them, and I'm also going to do a review on some other crochet hooks, because it turns out I'm really fussy about crochet hooks. So I got this wholesale. I only went for the smaller sizes because they're the ones I mainly use, so I decided to go for those. So I'm going to try these. Handle is quite big. Not sure what I think about that. I'm going to try them, and I will let you know what I think about them in a few weeks' time. I am thinking about in April to record a series of crochet hook reviews, because, as I said, I have strong views about crochet hooks. And I've done loads of knitting needle reviews, so I'll probably do a crochet hook one as well. That's it for today. I'm going to go and hoover the car. Need to pack all my stuff that I need to, like clothes and toiletries and all that kind of stuff. My workshop stuff is packed for black sheep wools, but I need to pack everything else. Hoover the front of the car because it's so dirty. And then I'm going to go and relax and knit. Good morning. It is Friday morning, nearly said Saturday there. I'm at Premier Inn in Warrington because I'm teaching a black sheep wools this morning and tomorrow. I'm a bit tired. Drove up yesterday. I didn't sleep very well the night before I left. I woke up, just perhaps past midnight, and I needed a toilet. Yes, I'm getting to that age. I drank too much late in the day, really, in the evening, because I was really thirsty, and I thought we were going to the gym. So I drank quite a lot, like late afternoon, I think it was. And then we decided not to go to the gym, so I didn't sweat it all out. Anyway, woke up at 12:30, eventually got up at 1 to go to the toilet. And then I was really hungry, and I should have probably gone downstairs, had some to eat, watched Netflix and knitted for an hour, and then gone back to bed. But I desperately needed a good night's sleep. So I went back to bed, and 10 to 3 was the last time I looked at my watch. Eventually, I picked up my phone about 20 to 3 and started reading. And 10 to 3, I put my phone down because I was falling asleep, and then I slept. I should have also at that point changed my alarm. They set it for 7 because it was going off at 6, and there's no reason why I need to get up at 6. But Simon was getting up to go into the office yesterday, so I ended up getting up as well. And left, I think, about 9 by the time I was driving out town after getting petrol. Stopped 3 times on the way up. I was really tired. Stopped in Gloucester for lunch. Planned to sort of spend an hour there doing a bit of knitting and things, but after I'd eaten, I was just so desperate for the loo again that I left. Went to the loo and then went back to the car. And I probably should at that point just set my alarm for like 45 minutes later and had a half an hour nap in my car. But I didn't. I kept going because I know once I get to Birmingham, traffic is really heavy on the M5 and going onto the M6. So I kept going, stopped again somewhere else. And then because I realised I was going to get here quite early, I thought I'll go to Trafford Centre because that's only like 20, 30 minutes away because I didn't really want to get there for like 3 in the afternoon. Anyway, then I got stuck on some long diversion thing off the M6, back on the M6. Then when I turned off at the Trafford Centre, I went wrong twice, I think. So I ended up on another long diversion. And I had a look around the shop. I had a couple of shops I wanted to go in, but I couldn't find what I was looking for. So it was a bit of a waste of time, really. And then got here, decided to just relax. Popped out and got McDonald's takeaway because I was just so tired. I didn't really want, couldn't bother to go in anywhere and eat. So I just got McDonald's takeaway. Ate in my room and then watched Netflix. I was watching Drive to Survive at that point, and I thought, I'll just watch one more episode, or half an episode, and then before I knew it, it was like 10 o'clock. So started getting ready for bed, put my nightie on. I was in the bathroom, about to do my teeth and my face, when the fire alarm went off. Nearly gave me a heart attack, made me jump, and I was like, oh, what do I do now? Do I need to go outside? So I quickly put my jeans on, and my boots, and my coat, grabbed my car keys, my phone, my room key, and went out and found the night manager in the hallway, and I said, do we need to evacuate? And he said, hang on a minute, it's coming from this room, I'll just check because I think somebody might be smoking. So he knocked on the door and said, mate, are you smoking? The guy said no. Vaping? And he went no. So the night manager said, hang on here a minute, ran back downstairs, came back upstairs a couple of minutes later and said, yeah, you need to get out. So got out. Luckily, it wasn't raining because it rained a lot yesterday evening. We were standing outside in the car park, and then we heard sirens and the fire engine turned up, and they went straight to room 25, which was the one where the alarm went off. They can see apparently on their control panel which room it is. So they went straight there. and you could see them. That room had the window open because we could see it from the front, and they went straight in there. You could see through the window they were looking around the room, and then they came back down, spoke to the night manager, went back in reception with him, and then a few minutes later they came out and said we could go back to our room. And as we're walking in, I said, "Oh, do you know what it is?" And he said, "Yeah, a guy in 25 was smoking or vaping. It smells really sweet in there. I think he was vaping." The guy in that room was like, "That's my room. I wasn't vaping." So then they started having a bit of a discussion. And I was like, "Okay, I'm just running back to my room." So I went back to my room and I went to bed, and I just struggled to get to sleep. I think I was just a bit of excitement. Half an hour outside at 10:30 at night kind of wakes you up a bit. So I eventually got to sleep about midnight, I think. And my alarm went off about 7 this morning, which was, I could have set it for later really, but I wanted to have breakfast at 8 and I don't like to rush. Shower, makeup, hair. On the way up yesterday, I had 3 short stops. Didn't do any knitting on the way up, and I got here. After I got my dinner and stuff, I sat down to knit. I didn't sit down to knit till like 8 o'clock. And I wanted to do 6 centimeters on my deadline project, which I can't show you because it's secret. Cast off this project on Monday, and deadline is 2 weeks tomorrow. Yes, I need to have finished a few days before that. And I cast on Monday and did nearly finished a rib, which is only 10 rounds, so not very much. And then I worked out if I could do 6 centimeters a day, I would finish the body to the underarms by Sunday. And I thought, well, I'm away for 3 days, so I may not get that much done while I'm here. So Tuesday, I nearly caught up. I think I did about 4 or 5 centimeters. Wednesday, I caught up, so I'd done like 12 centimeters. And last night, I think I did like 7, maybe nearly 8. I think I'm at like 19 or 20 centimeters in total now. So I am on track. So I need to do 6 tonight. Got 18 centimeters, I think, left to do to get to the underarm. So I need to do 6 tonight, 6 tomorrow, 6 on Sunday. It's lace by the arm, but it's 2 strands held double on 3.75 millimeter needles. It's probably a little bit thinner than DK, but it's knitting up quite quickly and it's stocking stitching around. But obviously tomorrow, because I'm teaching, I'm not going to have that much time to knit. I don't want to knit on it before I go to the workshop because it's mohair and I don't want to get covered in fluff. And I don't know how many times I'll stop on the way home. I kind of want to get home, but so I may not knit a lot on Saturdays. Good morning and welcome back to my premiering room. Slept a lot better last night, but I did go to bed too late. I just started watching Netflix. I'm watching this series on Netflix. I watched the last couple of episodes of that. Then I caught up on some housewives stuff, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then I started watching Drive to Survive. And it's just like one more episode. Working on my deadline project, which I can't show you obviously. I am on track. I did 6 and 7, maybe 8 centimeters last night. I can't remember. I need to do 38 centimeters to finish the body to the underarms, I think. I'm on about 28, so I've only got 10 centimeters to go. I think I'm going to do another 6. So that's really good. So that's part of the reason why I stayed up late last night, because I wanted to get my target in. Came back from the workshop last night. It was a really busy workshop. I taught my Flora headband. Very, very busy, full workshop. Several people who hadn't done lace at all before or not done very much lace. And the first row have like all the stitches. 3 different decreases, beads, a lot. So it was jumped straight in. So the morning was quite busy helping people, and then throughout the afternoon helping people when they made a mistake or dropped the yarn over or whatever. So it was a really good day, really enjoyed it. Some people were return participants. They've been to my workshops before. Some people were new, quite a few new people, I think. So yeah, really enjoyed it, really good. And then came back to the hotel. Hotel's only like 10 minutes from the shop. So I came back here, watched telly for a bit, relaxed, and got a Nando's takeaway, and got petrol. So I'm all ready to go home tonight. Stocked up on water. Best thing about Premier Plus room is they have a fridge. So put all my water in there for this morning because I drink a lot when I teach. And then I just sat and watched Netflix and knitted for the rest of the evening. But I was very keen to get to my target, and I did that. Problem is, I did go to bed a little bit too late. I did actually set my alarm for later this morning, for an hour later than yesterday, because I thought I don't really need to be at breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning when I don't start work till 10:15. So I got to leave here at 8:45, which is 15 minutes away. And then it must have been the room next door. Their alarm was going off. It was like the buzzing sound on your phone when your alarm goes off, and at 6:30, so that woke me up. So I stayed in bed till just after 7. I packed everything now, going to get ready soon and leave. I've been also knitting swatches for my workshops next week. So I did a couple. I did one, I think, yesterday before I went to my workshop, and then a few last night. So I need some larger swatches. They need to be pressed when I get home. Larger swatches, like 10 by 10 centimeters, for my seaming knitted fabric. I have quite a few of those, but I thought I'd better just knit a few more. I need at least one per person, preferably 2, but 1 is okay. And then I knitted a couple of swatches for my button band workshops. These also need pressing, so they don't curl up. So for my button band workshops, I just want to strip so they can pick up stitches along here, because they're going to learn to pick up stitches correctly and then knit 1 row buttonholes. So I just need some strips. I've done 2. Those 2 I did yesterday. That one I did last night, and then that one I've done this morning. Don't want to work on my deadline project this morning because it's mohair, and I am wearing a black top, and I don't want to cover in mohair. Just putting my swatches in there. And then I started another seaming knitted fabric swatch. If you are coming to Stitch Festival, I may have said this earlier, but there are still spaces on all my workshops, I think. I think one of my Continental knitting ones may have like 1 space left. And I also realised before I left that I need to knit the swatches for my Intarsia class. I was thinking it was 1 hour, so I designed this new swatch, knitted the sample. I'm not 100% happy with the sample because I probably should have gone down a needle size. It looks a bit loose and floppy. So I'm going to re-knit it, I think. And then I realised it's 2 hours. So I'm not sure whether 1 swatch is going to be enough. The thing is, I printed my notes and everything. So I just found another Intarsia class I've taught where I gave people a choice of 4 different things in it. So I printed off 1 page from that. But I can't find my swatches for that class. I have these swatches knitted out, but I can't find them. So I need to knit 3 of those. Might start one. I do have the pattern with me. I printed out everything I needed. Might start one of those on the way home tonight. Or that when I stop tonight, I really should work on my deadline sample. Then tomorrow, I'm assuming we're having a fairly quiet day tomorrow. If the weather's nice, we might want to go out somewhere, walk the dog somewhere nice. But I'm hoping we can go to the gym tomorrow. And then I need to knit as much as possible. So I need to do my 3 Intarsia swatches. So more swatches in my buttonhole class and my seaming class, and then work on my deadline project. Once I get to the underarm, I can't do anymore because I need to finish writing the pattern. So I need to do that tomorrow or possibly on Monday. And then Monday morning, I need to sort out the stuff I need for my Filet crochet class and print that off because that's all I got left to do. And then I need to just check I've got everything. Better get ready to go. from Black Sheep Wolves. Got home last night about nearly 11 o'clock. It was a long drive home last night. I stopped 3 times and I was really tired. But I got home just for 11. Then I probably went to bed about midnight and got up about 9 this morning. I'm actually sitting in the car on the moors on the edge of Bodmin Moor. I haven't got my mic, so sound might be awful. Apologies for that. But we've been to the shops to get some stuff, and then Simon wanted to walk the dog. Been to put some flowers on his mum's grave because it's Mother's Day today, and we're going to pop into his dad's house on the way home and just check on that because his dad's moved to Scotland and his dad's house is for sale, so we're just going to pop in and make sure everything's okay. But I'm sitting in the car because it's really windy, and at the moment it's dry, but it keeps raining, and I just don't fancy walking in the rain and get wet. But I'm sitting here knitting swatches, knitting little swatches for my buttonhole workshop next week. So I'm just sitting here doing a bit of knitting. I've got several swatches there. I think I'm going to focus on knitting all the swatches I need to knit today. I need to do 3 Intarsia swatches. I'm going to try and get those done today, and then if I have time this evening I'll do a bit of knitting on my deadline sweater, and then I'll take that to London with me next week. I am on track. I think my goal was to do 38 centimeters by today, end of today. I'm on nearly 30 centimeters, so I may not get 38 centimeters done by the end of today, but that's okay. I didn't really think I would get it done. It was my goal, but I didn't really think it would happen, so I'm happy with the progress I've made. And then I'm going to finish writing the pattern tomorrow or Tuesday, because I've only written it up to the underarm because that was fairly easy, and then I'm going to take it with me to London and knit on the train and in the evenings at the hotel and that kind of thing. It is Monday, and this is just a very quick end to this video because I need to finish editing. I've edited everything this morning. I just need to add this bit, but I hadn't kind of filmed an ending. You can hear my printer noise in the background. I'm printing the photo tutorial for my Continental knitting workshop. I thought I'd printed everything last week, and I realized I'd only printed like half of it, so I'm printing the rest of those and my Filet crochet workshop notes. The problem is I can have 20 in each of the Continental knitting workshops. One has 18 and one is nearly half full, I think. And my Filet crochet I can have 16. I'm teaching it twice, and I think I'm probably got about 12, 13, 14 in total over the 2, but they continue to sell workshop tickets until it starts. So I don't know, it could sell out in a day. I have no idea how many actually sell on the day. I know that some Harrogate workshops did sell more tickets during the show, so I need to be prepared, which is the difficult thing because I could have 32 people in my Filet crochet. At the moment I got less than half that, and I don't think it's going to fill up, but I got to be prepared just in case, because I won't be able to print any more workshop notes once I'm there. So then I'm going to finish printing the workshop notes, I think, and then check that I've got everything. I'm also winding yarn for my Filet crochet workshop. They're making this. They won't have time to make the whole thing in the class. I don't think it's an hour and a half. I haven't timed myself to see how long it takes me to make it. I might do that tomorrow. But they need the yarn to make one square. So this was about just under 18 grams. So I'm splitting each ball of Yataghan merino cotton in 2. So I wound 4 so far. I'm not going to wind 32 balls because once I've split them, I can't then sell them because they're coming out of stock on my website. So I'm going to wind enough for the ones who are currently booked on it. Then I will take some whole balls, some 50 gram balls, and wind them on the day if I need to, because I'm teaching on Thursday morning and Saturday afternoon, I think, and I have a bit of a break before the Saturday afternoon one, so I can check if there have been any more bookings, take my scales with me, and then wind them before the workshop because they don't take that much time. And then the ones that I don't need will then be intact 50 gram balls, and I can stick them back in my online stock. So That's what I'm going to do. So don't forget, there's 25% off everything on my website at the moment. Code will be on the screen and below this video, and there'll be a link below this video. Everything on my website, 25% off until I think it's the end of this week, 23rd or something like that, but the details will be below and on the screen. So don't forget that. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.